analyzing Tanosu data, then I believe that we can come into a conclusion. But there are also Iranun and Malaysia. And these are the Iranuns that we can name when they came there. And we call them the Bagwa Iranun. Ako gini ang karana Iranun ini. Kung si isar kami supaganay ron, yan betul kami Ilanun. Ilanun. Na malo pagkasakita katami, kaginya Ilanun ini kung sa bahasa Malayo, Lanun, na pirate, yang inira na pamungo sa manusia si Salaw, kaluda na. Nasuwapo ako kami pagkanay na damanan. So in I think it was somewhere in 1988, when I was the Speaker of the Sabah State Legislative Assembly, and the Chief Minister then was a good friend of mine, we managed to convince the government that we said it should be gazetted that we are not, and we refuse to be called the Ilanun. We should be called Iranun. And the simple reason is that I gave them the logic. I said, if an Iranun meets an Iranun, bago sikiran niya kang balaka o niya katuna sa ito pamaam niya ka babalaka ka gano'n magyamayaw rin eh. Natigo po na mataan na Iranun, gano'n. Hindi yan, Iranun. No po medyo na iso, Iranun sa balakang para punsar kami, uba mabetul kami yan, Iranun ka, di Ilanun kami. Nakandi mo ito kaparo. When an Iranun, who are you? Then you will say, Iranun. And from what I've read also, from the books that have been written by Western writers, that he said, the language of Iranun in Marampayan and the Maranao in Philippines, 85% they can understand each other. And that is true. That is very true. And the Iranun from Marampayan that comes here all the time, I can understand 95% of what the Maranao says. Since last night, I have been trying to find out how many percent that I can understand your Iranun here and the way I speak my Iranun from Kutablu. In that one, I cannot say conclusively how many percent, because I would like to sit with the personalities that give speech earlier on, which I can remember their names. I will be here for another 2-3 days. Then let's converse. Let's see whether your Iranun will surpass that 85% of the Maranao, that the Iranun and the Maranao here. As far as the Maguindanao is concerned, I think from my experience, it's only about 50% that I can understand that and they can understand me also. The reason being that there are so many Maguindanao upama na nakagkarumasi sa Yudami. Many of them piaga po animantu. So that's the reason why I understand their language. So speaking here in front of you, I'm wearing two hats. One is the head of a delegation officially made up of the Iranun and the friends that accompanied me here just to fulfill the objectives of this conference. Another hat that I am wearing officially is the special envoy of BIMP-EAGA. BIMP-EAGA is very close to my heart because this is a job that is specially assigned by the Chief Minister of Sabah. First time created. And it was created about 2 years ago. The Chief Minister specifically visited me in my village, in my kampong, and he challenged me. And he said, will you dare to hold this post? Because he said, for the past 27 years, that was 2 years ago, I have not seen anything concrete on the ground what BIMP-EAGA is done. Now that is a fact. And I know a little bit about the history of BIMP-EAGA. If you want to know about the objectives of BIMP-EAGA, all you have to do is Google it, and you will see the vision of BIMP-EAGA 2025. You will see, you will read the midterm review of BIMP-EAGA 2025. The midterm review was done in 2022. And you will read, of course, the clusters. There are 8 clusters and working groups under BIMP-EAGA. Personally, since I hold that post, I believe what the Chief Minister of Sabah is saying. Now, I am very much interested to what was said by the Executive Director of BIMP-EAGA. Now, I believe that Attorney Soekarno Abbas is also an Iranun. I would like to sit with you, sir, about this BIMP-EAGA Bangsa Moro Economic Zone that you would like portfolio to be the hub, the gateway of the bata trade here. Because I always hear that when portfolio is mentioned, most of the traders will tell me, particularly those traders from Bunggau, Tawi-Tawi, and Zamboanga, they said portfolio is out of the way from Sabah. But then, again, when you talk about business, there is nothing in the dictionary of business that place is out of the way. Because you will ship your goods 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 miles away because of business. Now in BIMP-EAGA also, one of the things that they have emphasized is the connectivity. What you have here is a port that can accommodate even big ships. In other places in BIMP-EAGA area, they don't have that facility. Now I remember the objective of BIMP-EAGA when it was mooted between 2 leaders, Mahathir Mohamad and President Ramos. The reason being was this: it is like a volcano. If you have a volcano here in Philippines, we in Sabah, we feel the tremor. If you have a war here in Watercoma, the first thing that your neighbor that feels that is we from Sabah. Because our brothers, the Muslim brothers, inevitably the only place that they can go is Sabah. Now, this is the problem that I see openly. In Malaysia, I say it openly. I will say it also here openly. The objective of creating BIMP-EAGA was an idea from Mahathir, to Dr. Mahathir. At that time, he said, if we were to stop this economic migration from our neighbor, the only thing that we must do